Hey there, welcome back to the Break It Down for Brackens podcast. Today, we have Andy Colandrea of Andy's Pizza in Ranson, West Virginia. And he has a new food delivery service venture that he started. Andy, thank you for being on the podcast.
What's going on? Thank you.
Cool. Let's start with background. So you own probably one of the busiest pizza places in Jefferson County, right?
It's very busy. I don't know if it is the busiest, but it's definitely one of the busiest. I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Nice. So what got you into that?
Well, my father used to own Brothers Pizza, so we kind of.
I feel like there's a million Brothers Pizzas.
Okay, well, the one in Charlestown, right next to Walmart.
Yeah.
So my father, I was raised in Italy, and in 1975, my dad actually came here. He went straight to New York and blah blah blah, Pennsylvania. He went all over the place. And then he just heard about this shop, Brothers Pizza in Charlestown. He said, hey, they called him up and said, hey, listen. It wasn't called Brothers Pizza at the time, but they said, hey, listen, there's a place. They said Pizza Hut was about to open up, but they said, listen, Pizza Hut backed out because they found a better spot. So they said, would you like it? Pizza Hut literally left everything in there and said, it's turnkey. Go ahead, take it.
Wow.
And so my dad got this opportunity to move down to this town he's never even heard of, Charlestown. And then, in 1979, he started up Brothers Pizza with his brother-in-law, and and then they've been kicking it since. So I was pretty much raised in the business.
Nice.
It was.
Did you try working with your dad first?
Oh my gosh! But did I try it? Yeah. No,
it's not easy.
No. Number one, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Working for. Immigrant parents, man, they got you working so hard. At 12 years old, I'm over here working 55 hour shifts. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So, and then even after 55 hours, they're going, hey, you got another 20 hours. Why are you having fun?
Yeah.
So, but my brother and I, my brother, sister, and I, we all just learned to. Work was the lifestyle that we got into. We were back and forth. We grew up in Italy. It's a little town off the coast of Naples, and or not off the coast, but right west of Naples. And I just remember growing up with. It was as poor as you can think. Mm-hmm. There's poor America, and then there's poor other countries. Not to be mean to other countries or America, whatever. I'm just saying, we were lighting up. There was no hot water heater. There was no, we were taking baths in these big plastic tubs, with hot. So you'd have to light up the hot water. You throw in the water, then you have to light up more hot water, and then kind of get it at that nice temperature to take a bath.
Right.
This is, air conditioner was impossible. It was not even heard of. So this is the way you grow up. And then I don't know, it's kind of, I believe that's why when people come to this country, they go, oh my gosh, I never want to go back to that way of life.
Right.
So, so we just grew up in the pizza business, and I think that just stuck to my head. Like, I want to learn how to make money. I never want to go back to any lifestyle. I was, and I believe that's why my parents raised us such, work, because I think as a family, we were just so afraid to go to that lifestyle.
Yeah, back.
So, I was, in the pizza business. That's where I started. And I helped my dad even at, age 12, 13, just, whatever it was that I could do, sweep, mop, get him pepperoni, whatever it was that we could do to help.
It's like it's part of the family work culture. It's a strong work culture, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, we all stuck together. And at that time, my dad was making nothing. I mean, he was, you know, you're talking $200 in sales a day, which is absolutely nothing for a business that size. We're talking, you know, it was a 3,200 square feet, and it was, you know, just $200 a day maybe. So, you know, as we stuck together as a family. We worked hard, and you know, we luckily, you know, it started going up and up and up, and you know, that's you know, where we went from there, and we just were lucky enough to have people in the community just kind of, I guess, appreciate us, and
you get loyal. You get loyal to a pizza. You get loyal to any restaurants, really.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I just you know, people. Not everybody loved it. Not everyone has to love pizza, but some people came over and they love pizza and they stuck to it, and you know, and like I said, word of mouth. Word of mouth is how it got around, and we just ended up being, we went from those days where it was just, you know, barely paying the bills to now, you know, not nowhere close to rich, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, those breakthrough days or months, yeah, where it's like, whoa, we're getting ahead.
Like, oh my gosh, you know, I remember it was like, you know, we made the first $1,000 ever in one day.
Right.
And my dad, well, you know, he had those, like, you know, watery eyes, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. So that right there was really cool because, you know, I think not just my story, but every business owner understands that when you first open, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And every business owner, I know they're gonna open up and they're gonna go, wait, I thought I was gonna have a Ferrari outside or whatever, you know, and then they realize, oh my gosh. But
it's very sobering.
Yeah, you have to fight through it, and you gotta do anything necessary to work, and just, if you truly believe it's gonna work out, then keep fighting, because one day it will work out. You don't know, it might not be tomorrow, next week, whatever, but it will.
Things will get smooth, and then there'll be a storm on the horizon. Then it'll get smooth again. Then it'll get rough again, and then like, I feel like the rough and the smooth, this roller coaster of COVID has really been crazy. It's that how the frequency's tighter for when things go good and things go bad.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, it's when COVID hit, it's weird because I have delivery, right, and it didn't hurt me as bad. Yeah, I had to give up dining, but you know, most people have that mentality, like, whatever, you know, I'm making money, fuck them, you know, like who cares about the other places. I felt so bad for some of those businesses out there. Let's take Glory Days, Ben Dawson. He seats 150 to 200. I don't really know how many people he seats.
Right.
Imagine having a place that size. And then one day they go, you got to shut down.
It's terrible.
And I think that was during March Madness.
Right.
Which is, you know, you're obviously going to go to a sports bar. You want to watch the games. So, you know, I remember hearing that. I'm like, okay, by Glory Days being shut down, or by let's take Alfredo's restaurant down the street, by all these places shutting down, doesn't hurt me. If anything, it probably helped me. It probably, you know, my business probably went up. But I still was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's not how I want to make extra money. I want everybody to make money.
Sure.
I want everybody to be successful. I truly think that for me to be successful, everyone needs to be successful. Because how am I going to sell my pizza to you if you don't have the money to buy it from me?
I totally agree. Yeah.
So if, you know, for instance, you own a painting company.
Yep.
What good is it for me for your business to go down the drain? Like, I'm not.
It's not good at all.
No. So that's why if I've always told people, you know, like if they have any questions about businesses, of course, you want to open up a pizza shop and be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to help you open up a pizza shop. But if you're opening up, you know, there was a girl not too long ago, a friend of mine. She said, "Hey Andy, can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah. Well, what's up?" She goes, "I'm opening up a daycare. I really want to know how, what you have to do to open up and and even though daycare is different from a pizza shop, in the end, it's kind of the same. You still have to go through the same taxes. You still have to go through staffing and schedule and all that stuff. And I sat down with her for probably 3-4 hours to explain all this stuff. And what the nice thing was that I explained to her a lot of stuff that she didn't even know about. And even though she probably didn't like what I had to hear, it was best that she knew the reality.
I totally agree. Because I have similar conversations with people, not so much in a shocking way or, like choosing LLC versus corporation or S corp or whatever.
That's actually one of the conversations we were having. Yeah,
I imagine so. And then I was lucky that a buddy of mine I went to high school with who opened a brewery in Loudon, he turned me on to the SBDC. And the Loudon SBDC is really, really squared away. And then the West Virginia SBDC is just a little different. Not quite as proactive, I feel like. But I'm not talking smack people. I'm just saying it's like you almost wonder, how does somebody who's considering opening a business not even know to go to the SBA for free coaching?
Or the fact that SBA, there's so many programs out there that the government offers that can help you.
Right.
And and yes, obviously you have to pay the back, but they have like it was at 1.2% interest.
Yeah.
I mean, what bank would offer you that? But there's a lot of programs out there, and we go back to, by you getting an SBA loan, that doesn't affect me. I'd be like, hey, listen, absolutely, go do it. I try to tell people, if you truly want to open up a business, come chat with me. I will not be against you opening up a business by any means. There's nothing, even if you want to open up a restaurant, again, let's just say you want to open up a chicken place. You're not affecting me. If I feel that everyone needs to go to Andy's Pizza every single day, then that's just weird. Right. I even tell people, I'm like, hey, there's this other pizza shop in DC or Frederick or whatever. Yeah. No, they have really good pizza. You should try it out, whatever. Because it would just be weird if you would come to my shop every single day. You got to change it up.
Right.
So again, if you wanted to open up another restaurant, then by all means, I'll tell you everything that I know to help you out. Because you're, what these people that are so fearful of competition, I just don't understand that, because you can't expect somebody to go to your shop every single day. I'll go to we'll take back Glory Days, I'll go to Glory Days and some people will see me and they'll go, hey, Andy, what are you doing here? What do you think? Do you think I eat pizza every day? I also change it up. You get tired of pizza every day, or you get tired of burgers every day. You can't possibly eat. So, like I said, whatever business you want to open, hey, that's fine.
Well, that might be a good segue. Changing it up. I mean, you could do pizza, or you could do Danaico. So tell me what a food delivery service is. I'm sure everybody here kind of knows what it is, but I want to know what it means to a person who's starting one.
To start in a food delivery service business?
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, tell me how that business operates currently, and then how you're planting Danaico into the middle of it.
Oh, okay. So let's take the other companies. So the most popular ones are obviously Grubhub, DoorDash. I believe Uber Eats is now in the area. I don't know, maybe. Instacart, I heard, is another one, but Instacart, I believe, is groceries.
But, that's just groceries, I think.
Yeah, but let's just stick with Grubhub and
DoorDash.
DoorDash, that's right. How they operate is they would enter into a business. Let me go.
Let's call it Bracken's Burgers.
Actually, no. We'll go to when they entered my business.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to throw numbers around just in case those numbers weren't the same for other people. But I'm going to tell you what happened in my shop. So Grubhub enters, and this lady talks to me. She says, "Okay, so here's how it works. We're going to put a tablet in here. We're going to grab." The way that they make money is they say, we're going to make 30%. And when she said 30%, I almost had a heart attack because my profit is 10 to 15%. No matter how many people say, you pay $1 for that pizza. Trust me, we don't pay $1 for the pizza.
Right.
The pizza alone is about $5. So then you got to add payroll, you got to add all these other expenses, utilities, whatever.
Sure.
So I make, you grab everything and you take that final percentage, and I make about 10 to 15%.
Right.
So I said, 10 to 15, or I'm sorry, 30%. So you're cutting into not only my payroll, not only my profit, but you're also cutting into my payroll or utilities, whatever. So they go, well, sorry, that's our percentage. And then she looked at me, she saw my face, and she goes, well, this is what we can do. We can take 15% from you and 15% from the customer. So in the end, what they did was they took less percentage from me, but they still got their 30%.
Right.
And in the end, so I signed up with them, and I said, yeah, let's try it out, because I never had Grubhub, and I think it was a little exciting when they first came to the area. Everybody was excited. Grubhub, DoorDash, whatever. So it was, so I said, all right, let's do it. Let's sign up. And when people were ordering from me, let's say they ordered $50, $60 from me, it would take an hour and a half for a driver to even show up. So these people were calling me, my business, Andy's Pizza, going, hey, where the hell's my food? Hey, I'm saying, listen, I'm sorry. It's actually sitting right here. I can't deliver it to you because I actually don't even know where the address is, because it doesn't show up on the tablet. It just shows what we have to make. Finally, an hour and a half later, a driver shows up. We have the customers saying, hey, I got my food 2 hours late. It's cold. They're getting angry, and I'm going, oh my gosh. In the end, you're almost like, you definitely obviously feel bad that your food is cold, because you want them to have hot food. You want them to have good quality food. But I really want to say, hey, listen, your food was ready in 15 minutes. It took Grubhub an hour and a half to get here. And then in the end, they're paying 15%. I'm paying 15%. And in the end, Grubhub's making all the money while I'm dealing with a customer that's extremely angry. Yeah. So they take 30% from the businesses. Now, from what I understand, they're taking like 20% if you give them like a huge franchise. Yeah, if you're talking some big name,
right?
They might take 20% from you, but the local guy, Andy from Andy's Pizza, they're going to take 30% from you. And I just felt, all these people that were signing up, I talked to them.
You mean businesses?
I'm sorry, yeah. All the businesses. Yeah. I talked to them. I said, hey, how are you liking this service? And everyone said the same thing. They take too much money. Their drivers take too long to get here. Blah blah. They're angry with the service. And I said, yeah.
Well, explain to me how do they recruit drivers? Because I feel like when I see the Grubhub drivers or DoorDash drivers, they're not really in a uniform or anything like that.
Yeah. So the way that they recruit their drivers is they basically say, apply online. And you apply online, and you pretty much work for yourself. They have you sign what is called a 1099 form.
Okay.
And the 1099 form is basically saying you are self-employed. You don't really work for that company. You are hired as a subcontractor to take this order. Now some people would go, well, why the hell would they make it that complicated? Well, the reason why is because they don't want to pay you. They're not paying their employees. Their employees only get commission and tips. So
the employees, the drivers, or the salesperson?
We're talking the drivers.
Okay, the drivers. How do they make commissions?
They get a percentage of whatever they drive. So, for instance, let's just say you take a $100 order. I believe they make, I don't know, maybe 5%. I honestly don't know the percentage of the commission, but you only get paid if you actually do anything, if you actually take a delivery.
Right.
Some people like that. Some employees like that because they say, well, I can log in at any time. I can log out at any time. A lot of employees, though, at the end of the year, they go, wait a second, what the hell is this huge tax bill that I just
1099,
got?
yeah.
Yeah. Because some people, they sign these 1099s and they go, oh, crap. I don't want to make it sound like they're dumb, but 1099s hit a lot of people hard when you get the reality of it. Number one, you have to carry your own insurance.
Right.
Number two, you have to carry. You have to keep up with all of your paperwork.
Right. It's a business.
I mean, you can deduct your gas and all that stuff, but then again, you're pretty much you're self-employed. You're your own business. So they get hit. Let's just say you made $10,000 or $20,000. At the end of the year, when you're expecting, a $1,500 tax return, instead they send you a bill saying, "Hey, you owe me $3,200." That takes a nice big chunk out of your wallet when you expected a tax return and you didn't realize all that. Plus, you're now 1099. You can't file for workers' comp.
That's right.
You can't file for compensation, and I mean, you are now.
You're a mercenary.
Yeah, I mean, you have you ever if I can't fire myself and say I'm going to go on unemployment because they're going to go, wait, no.
Yeah.
And that's basically what they did. Is they said, listen, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do a 1099, and you're going to basically carry your own insurance. You're going to carry everything yourself. You work for us, but you're only working for us as a subcontractor. When I heard that was basically the nail in the coffin, where I was like, oh gosh, that right there that gave me the idea of I need to start my own.
Nice. So how does Danaico work?
Danaico works differently. Danaico, what we do is, number one, we don't take anything from the business.
Okay, so for example, you're ordering from Bracken's Burgers.
Yes.
You're just like, hey, let us, I guess, break it down, man. Explain that to me. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Let's just say, let's make it an easy $100.
Okay.
$100, and let's see, in the city of Ranson or Charlestown, you pay a 7% tax, right? So $107 is what you'll pay. That's that's the burgers plus the taxes. We add a 15% service fee.
Okay.
Sometimes we run specials. If we do run specials, that still comes out of our pocket as far as Danaico. If a business wants to run a special, by all means, but I will never automatically take money out of a business's pocket just because I want to run the special. But for instance, we have Rossi's Place that signed up with us. They are no service charge right now. And the reason why, I said, you know what? I heard a lot of good things about Rossi's Place. Mm-hmm. I want to help them out. So we're not making $1 off of them. I said, hey, we just keep our drivers going. If our drivers make tips, obviously they pocket that. They can have, just whatever. I'm not in this business to make money. I got Andy's Pizza for that. I'm not in the Danaico business to make money. So we're back to the $100 for the burgers, $107 tax, right? That you pay. The customer pays a 15% service fee.
Okay.
Now, the 15% service fee is what goes to us to pay for, our employees, our uniforms, our bags, all that stuff.
So the drivers are not 1099s; they're actually your They're
No,
actually
yeah,
your employees.
My drivers are 941. They're actually working for the company. We carry insurance for them. We carry we pay them every week. We pay their taxes. We pay. Well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Not that we pay the tax. We take taxes out of the company, or I'm sorry, of their check. So this way, at the end of the year, they don't get some fat bill.
It's a normal job.
A normal job.
Normal job, normal type of paycheck. Yeah.
That's not. And so we, at the end of the week, for instance, Bracken's Burgers then will get a nice check for $107.
Because that's what
That is the full amount.
Because that's what I sold.
That's what you sold. I don't feel like you should get 15% taken out, or 20%, or hell, 30% or whatever. Some businesses, who knows? Maybe they said, you know what? I don't want to charge the customer anything, but they take 30% out of their own pocket. You'll never remain open if you have 30% coming out of your pocket.
I remember one time I was painting a house. I was really new. It was like job number 2, job number 3. Yeah. And I had some employees helping me, and they cost me whatever they cost me, right? But it was over Easter Sunday. So it was 10 years ago this past weekend.
Yeah.
Not only did I paint their entire house and pay for all the paint, I also made a $700 error, basically. So I painted their house and gave them $700 worth of labor and materials for a long weekend. And
on Easter weekend.
Yeah, and I cannot believe how much that smashed me. So when I look at something like 15%, yeah, I agree. Do not work for free. Sometimes I get to a tight spot and I'll literally say to somebody, what's the freaking point? Like, why we can't have too many jobs where we don't do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, no.
Numbers wise. So I get it. And I find it refreshing when you say that Grubhub or DoorDash might be taking up to 30% or 15% from the company and then a 15% charge to the customer. I've noticed how much higher our Instacart bill is compared to a grocery bill. And I'm like, that seems like a lot of luxury to be paying for.
Yeah. Well, here's a funny thing. I'm going to tell you 2 things. Number 1, imagine how much money they're making. And I'll tell you why. Let's just say, let's just take the $100. Obviously, we're talking millions if you're there, but let's take $100. They made $15 from you, the customer. Then they made $15 from you, the business owner. So now they're at $30, and you're thinking, okay, well, what are they going to do with that money? Are they going to pay their employees? No. They also aren't paying their employees. They don't have to pay their employees anything. They don't have to pay for their employees' insurance. They don't have to pay for workers' comp. They don't have to pay for if they do pay for workers' comp, it's probably for people in their office building or whatever it's that. So it's very low workers' comp. As far as insurance also, so the $30 that they just made, you, the business owner, just sweat making all those burgers, at Bracken's Burgers. Mm-hmm. The customer, obviously, they had to work hard to make that money. So you have these 2 people, one pays the other, and then this middle man just made $30 for doing nothing.
Yeah.
For doing nothing. So imagine how much money they made. I said, that's crazy.
And they probably have hundreds of thousands of restaurants.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not having just one $100 order. I'm probably having hundreds of those over the course of a month, ideally. So that's really hard to believe. So you're doing it different because, if I'm totally understanding this, you have a 15% service fee that, so the payment process is through a website, I guess?
Yes. If you go on Danaico.com.
Spell that?
Danaico. It's the initials to my entire family.
Strong.
And it's just, Dominic, Assunta, Nancy, Antonio, Ileana, then CO is Colandrea.
Strong.
So
it's really strong.
When I wrote down their initials, like, that's kind of neat. And I went to go look up the website, and it was available. I said, okay, let's do it.
That's awesome.
So I bought the website. I started up. It actually took me months. I've been doing this for months. There's some companies that I tried to work with, and it wasn't I didn't like the way that they worked. So I found this company that, I'm talking about software company.
Right.
That would work with me and build it like how I wanted. I said, perfect. So I've been doing this for months. We're talking 5, 8, 10 months, whatever the hell, it is. So I finally, whenever I said, okay, now I got what I want, I'm able to offer the service that I want. I didn't want to do something where, let's just say you would call me, then I would place your order and blah, blah. I wanted to do something a little bit nicer than that. I wanted to do something where you could just go online, you could see all the restaurants that are available. We're updating that website all the time. But, soon I'm hoping to go into Berkeley County. Well, at this point, we're going to need something that says, what is your address? Well, who delivers to you? And, stuff like that. So, so we're updating the site all the time. But, something I forgot to mention earlier, I said, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing, I make money off the pizza shop. And one thing that I wanted to express was not only am I paying my employees, not only am, our businesses able to make the full amount of money, but every dollar profit that I make off of Danaico goes to charity.
What?
Yeah. It goes to local charities. In fact, we just sent, I believe it was 10 cases, or it was 20. Okay, so it's 10 cases to the community ministries of toilet paper. I don't know if they're running low on it, but how toilet paper these days, or for the past couple months, has been gold. We also sent some to the JCCOA. Sure. We got a couple more that I want to give out, but I'm not trying to do this. Excuse me, just burped. I'm not trying to do this so I could say, oh, you know what, Grubhub is making a ton of money. I want to make that money. Right. Because I have yet to make $1 off of it. Every dollar that we make profit, and I want to express profit because obviously we have to pay our bills. So after all the bills, that money that's left there, will go to local charities.
That's massive. That's really awesome. That's really amazing, frankly. I mean, that's holy cow, right? That's a huge game changer that people can order food and be giving back to the community.
Yeah. Now, I want people to test things out. And I've actually told people I want them to go onto my website. Then I want them to go on the other websites. And if you're ordering Bracken's Burgers and you order, the same stuff on my website and then same stuff on their website, I want you to see the difference in price. And I'll explain why.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think it's funny because there was this one business, Grubhub. Grubhub actually posted. It said huge special, no service fee, blah blah blah, all this stuff, right? And I was like, oh. Now I was thinking, well, there's no way we can beat that, right? As far because we have a service fee. Well, how crazy is this? We're still cheaper. I said, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. So I went to go look on the online order. I'm sorry, like the actual website of the company, right, with the Bracken's Burgers in this example. I went to go look. What they did was they said no service fee, but they just upcharged everything 15% or 20%. Can you believe that? That right there, I couldn't believe. So now we got people probably clicking on that company, going, "Oh, we don't have to pay a service fee. Look at this. At the end of it, my cart in the top right corner, it says no service fees. Boom. Then they go to click on it. They don't realize that
a $15 burger is now $19.50.
Yes. Yeah. And then what got to me, I go, wow, does nobody notice that? And I guess you wouldn't really notice because what you saw was no service fee.
Right.
And you're going, wow, awesome. And the only reason why I saw it was because I wanted to compare prices. I always try to be the cheapest in town. And I was comparing prices. I said, wait, I'm still cheaper than this guy. How am I still cheaper than him? And like I said, and then you go to see, and it was an exact, I think it was 18% markup.
Well, yeah, damn, man. Like, you got to do what you got to do. And I find when businesses make rash decisions like that, I feel like it becomes scared money. I almost feel like there's energy now around that business where you're like, I want to support them, but I also want them to get through this by applying themselves and by making the smart decisions. And sometimes you see, like, there's a particular paint company that is pretty well established, and they're able to undercut me so badly. I might be $1,800, and they come in at $1,000 or $1,100. I'm like, whoa, how'd they do that? It turned out that they were putting on one coat. I priced it for 2, but because maybe the homeowner didn't ask, well, how many coats is this for? And when it's done, ultimately, it looks beautiful with one coat. Yeah. But my 2 coats that I price it for is the right way. But I won't sacrifice my quality or my business integrity to offer a substandard surface.
And don't, because one day that same person that asked for, company A, they're going to look at their walls and go, wait, I can still see the roller marks in this thing. I can still see the white behind it or whatever it is. Yeah. They're going to go, oh, shit, I should have called Bracken's Painting, or I should have called this other company. I will have to say, let's talk about paint, for instance. I was like, when I'm painting my wall, I remember I went to Walmart to get this paint. And I'm sorry, this is years ago, by the way. Okay. And I got this paint. It was like Glidden or whatever, or whatever they sell. And I was like, oh, sweet, it's $10 a can, or $10 a yeah. And by the way, that means years ago, because I highly doubt it's anywhere near $10 right now. But I was like, oh, cool, because I thought paint is paint.
Oh yeah.
And then I started painting my wall. It's like, no shit, 3 coats, and I'm still can see the damn. Yeah. So now. And like I was telling you earlier, they will get to the point where they're going to realize, you know what? I should have went with the first company, or I should have went with the better quality. Because now when I actually go, if I have to paint anything, a room or whatever it is, a wall, I actually go to Sherwin-Williams and I get this stuff. It's it's like the 200 series or whatever.
ProMar 200, yeah.
Huh?
ProMar 200.
Or is it 200?
Yeah, it's called ProMar 200.
Is 200 the best? Or is it
of the ProMar line, it is.
ProMar, okay, yeah. So, and I do pay more.
Yeah.
But the reason why is because I know that I'm going to put 1 coat will be fine, but I still put 2 coats because I want it to look really nice.
Right.
And so you learn as you go that sometimes it is best to call the company that offers a better quality, that offers a better service or whatever. You know.
And then your loyal customers, like I eat at Grandma's Diner a lot.
Yeah.
Talking 3 times a week rather. I'm in there a lot, and every once in a while someone new's working, and my price is different. When you're a loyal customer, you know the prices of things. So I'm like, that's strange. It's usually $8.50, not $10.50. What's going on? And then it's always something that got rung in incorrectly. No one's trying to take advantage of me, but when you have that loyalty, so you'd wonder why Bracken's Burgers or whoever it was changed their prices by 18%. They basically were selling out for the sake of delivery, and maybe only when you ordered on the online platform it was more expensive, but if you came into the restaurant it was regular priced.
But you know what I think also makes it look horrible. Let's say you're we're talking about that $15 burger at Bracken's Burger.
Right.
That $15 burger is down $19, but people go, wait a second, Grubhub isn't making any money off of this. Damn, Bracken's Burgers is expensive. And who looks really bad is you.
Right.
Because when you are selling a $19 burger, now they're expecting, some of the best meat, some of the best, and if they don't get the perfect burger, they say, I just paid $19 for this crap.
Right.
So now they're, now they're starting to yell at you, and anyway, in the end, you're going, hold on one second, my burgers are still $15, but they never connect that, and they never say, oh crap, in the end, it was actually
service fees.
That they just added onto the food. I think it's very shady.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a problem with integrity, but I don't ever want to point fingers. But let's say if a restaurant was struggling and they had to adjust prices, they could say everybody can lean on the COVID. Oh well, because of COVID and the slowdown and still having to get caught up on my rent or whatever the things are, I have to increase my prices by about 15%. You can tell everybody that. Mm-hmm. Most won't notice, but your loyal customers, they'll understand, and they'll pay that more because there is a COVID surcharge for the whole planet. Everybody, no matter what, we have to pay more money. But when you're just being slinky, that's when there's an integrity issue. I personally don't like to go places that I feel have integrity issues. I keep it to myself, but I just don't like it. So, but like in the same vein as Danaico, so how far do you guys deliver?
At the moment, we have an 8-mile radius. I mean, it's
from what location?
From downtown Ranson, or like the avenues Ranson. But see, I want to say 8 miles, but in some areas it's more, some areas it's less. We have to keep being in the delivery business for so many years. I've realized that, for instance, let's hit 340. 340 has so many stoplights that you don't know how long it's going to take you to get to Harpers Ferry, for instance.
Right.
So you have to. So we do go to Harpers Ferry, but let's take Route 9 towards Martinsburg. Well, that has no stoplights.
Right.
So now we're talking we can extend that, and I do want to extend that. I want to extend that actually till Shepherdstown, and then one day Martinsburg, and one day and definitely Inwood and all that. I want to extend it, but honestly, Kevin, it's been so difficult to find people lately.
I was going to ask you that. So I guess you can expand your range based on how many drivers you've got, or is it based on? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if a driver grabs an order. Let's take Rossi's place again, right? So they grab an order from Rossi's place, and they have to drive it all the way down to Harpers Ferry. Okay. Now, at the same time, an order comes in. Let's say China Fortune. They signed up with us too. They're next to Walmart. China Fortune. There's an order that goes to Shepherdstown, or let's say Middleway, because that's the opposite direction,
okay,
right?
Yeah, right.
How can one driver take that Rossi's place to Harpers Ferry, and then take China Fortune to Midway, and both be under an hour? Because I try to always keep it under an hour. So I've been trying to get people to drive, but honestly, the couple drive, let's say out of 10 drivers, already 3 quit.
Staffing is enormously difficult right now.
It is.
It's amazing because literally everybody's hiring. I hear the same thing
from every business. It really
everybody's hiring. Many people are looking for work, but it's almost like they're leveraging one job for another. I don't really get into this on this podcast, but I feel your pain. So how many drivers ideally do you want?
Oh, geez. Let's see here. Right now at nighttime, or when I say nighttime, I mean, starting at anywhere from 4 to 9 o'clock.
Right.
I have 2 drivers.
Okay.
I want to get once I hit Berkeley County and all that, I want at least 5 drivers.
Okay.
At least 5 drivers.
So if somebody wanted to be a driver or apply, what are some things that would scratch them from the list already? No driver's license.
Well, number one.
Hold on, no car. Right?
No, yeah. It's number one, driver's license.
Right?
There was actually this kid, I would never say his name, but he said, "Oh yeah, my mom could drive me around." I said, "Well, why don't you just have your mom apply then?" I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
In that case, why would I want you to, my mom. Another big thing is, just the way you present yourself.
Do you have to have your own car?
Yeah, you have to have your own car.
Are there standards on how nice the car is?
No. If you can go from A to B, then that's fine. I don't really care how nice your car looks or whatever.
Well, I think like those are the 2 most drastic no-goes. Like, don't have a car? Sorry. Don't have a license? Sorry.
Don't have a car. is way different than have a car and it looks like shit.
That's right.
Hey, I have a car that has dents all over, it's dirt or whatever. I think it's worth maybe $2,000. I'm all about, hey, if you got a car that can take you from A to B, then I'm all about it. I don't want someone, for instance, if you show up to a house, you're not only representing Danaico, but you're also representing the business that just sold that food.
Right.
As long as you can be presentable. What I mean by presentable is, hey, you have a uniform. I give you a uniform. Wear the uniform. Don't look like you just got done smoking a big bowl of weed.
Right. Like you just woke up or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like just be presentable.
Right.
And that's, it's very, that's one of my main things is that, I am, if people apply, the first thing I look at is if they walk in and they already show me that they don't want to work, they just, they kind of have that whole, I have to get a job. You probably won't get a job, man.
Have you been able to, I do a lot of interviewing, have you been able to isolate out the ones that are looking at you like you're a piggy bank? Like yeah. I've had guys that I've interviewed and they've literally asked to borrow $20 in the interview.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
No. But the funny thing is I've had this, I've had some awkward interviews. I was interviewing this one lady one time and her boyfriend was sitting right next to her. And I said, I'm sorry, what is this? Right. And she goes, well, he gets a little jealous. So I'm giving you a job interview. What the hell? I'm not, right. We're not out at Final Cut eating a steak. I'm giving you a job interview. And I said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If this guy's going to be calling and being a problem all the time, I'm sorry. And she goes, no, I promise he won't. Really? He promised, because the job interview, he's already showing a bad impression.
Right here, yeah.
I've had people show up to the job interview reeking of weed.
Jesus Christ.
They just got done drinking a 12-pack, whatever the hell it is. Hey, you want to do that stuff at home, that's fine, but damn, this is your interview.
Yeah. I had one guy, I was interviewing like hour after hour after hour, like I had him stacked up, for ads online. And this one guy comes in, he was late for his interview, sits down, seems a little fucked up. So I start fucking with him. I start asking him wacky questions and whatever, and I find out that he rode here with his buddy who has an interview right after his interview. I said, forget about it, guy. I'm efficient. Go get your buddy. I'll interview both of you at the same time. So they both came in, and they were both, maybe it was meth, maybe it was, I don't know, but they were messed up. And literally, one guy tilted his head back and almost fell asleep during the interview. Like during us just talking about being painters.
Yeah, you probably won't get a job at Danaico if you do that. That's right. But again, it's the common sense based off. A lot of times also, Danaico we get younger crowd.
Sure.
We get 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 25-year-old, whatever it is. And a younger crowd that they want a driving position, which hey, I'm completely cool with it. Problem is, if your mom comes in to apply, if your mom comes in to talk to me for your job, or if your mom, you're probably not going to get the job.
I've been down that road too.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm very, very flexible. I try to help out. Hey, listen, by you working for me, you're helping me out. I want to help you out. But if you don't want to get off your couch,
dude, if your parents come in to negotiate for you, that is really one of the biggest red flags. I don't know why some parents feel like they're helping out their kids. I'm sorry, but if you do feel that way, then you're actually hurting your son or daughter or whatever. You're actually hurting them more than you're helping them. I'm not going to hire them if the parents are involved.
Yeah,
it's weird.
But other than that, if you do want to apply,
boom. How do you apply?
Danaico.com. The easiest way is Danaico.com. We have a little section, a little tab on the top left-hand corner. I think it says careers, and you just apply there. And once you apply, the positions are either office or driver. Office, is basically, you taking the orders, you dispatch the
smart, yeah.
different drivers to different, whoever's closest, I guess, whatever. It's a very easy job.
Right.
And then driver is obviously driver. You just sit in your car or whatever. You just stay in the area. Once you get an order, you press accept, and then you start driving to Bracken's Burgers. You pick up the food and you take it to Andy Colandrea's house. Whatever. It's the job is very easy.
Bingo. What if Bracken's Burgers hasn't met your salesperson yet and wants to get involved? Where do they go to find out?
They can either go online. There's a phone number at the bottom, or they can actually email customer service at danaico.com. They can even contact me at Andy's Pizza.
Sure.
If they want.
And to be clear, Bracken's Burgers will not pay any service fees. It's like my food at my price, and then you guys just help me out with delivery.
Yeah. Well, now here's another thing.
Okay.
So the other companies also take out a credit card fee.
Oh my God.
So
what's that percentage?
I think it's 3 to 5%.
Get out of here, man. Yeah.
So you pay for that. So not only do you pay for the 15% on your side, you also take out the credit card. We actually eat that. We out of our 15% that we take from the service fee from the customer, we actually pay for that service, that credit card fee. So that $107 in burgers that you sold, you'll get a $107 check. Because
that's all I'm asking for.
I don't even want to even go back and forth and go, well, this month it was this much in credit card fees and this. No, I will take care. I will eat that 3% out of my own 15% that I'm taking. I don't, like I said, I'm here because I honestly do feel bad for a lot of businesses. And gosh, it really does hurt when you hear these businesses shutting down. And I'm just trying to do anything to help. I'm just trying to do anything to say, hey, you know what? Hey, I see you don't have delivery. We'll take care of your delivery. And no strings attached. You can sign up with me today. You don't like me, cancel me tomorrow. That's fine. I just want them to understand that I'm not doing this to get them. They're actually making more by signing up with me because they're not paying credit card fees.
Totally. Bracken's Burgers is sold. I'm wondering if there's any fine print I'm worried about, but it sounds like there's not. It sounds like you said, you're just trying to help. You've got pull in the community. You're not somebody who's hiding from anybody. You're active on social media. You're doing a podcast about it. You're putting your name out there.
Yeah, so like I said, if any businesses out there want to sign up, hey, give me a call. We'll have you signed up in no time. If any businesses have a problem with it, then give me a call. Yeah, we'll take you off. We have no problem doing that. Like I said, I'm just here to help. And if you find that it's not here, if you see that it's not really helping out, or it's not, then hey, no hard feelings. Then we'll just disconnect. I know. I keep bringing up Rossi's place because she's been talking about how much she loves the thing that she's actually going to cancel Grubhub.
Good.
And DoorDash.
I like that.
And the reason why they want to cancel is because they said that, their words, they said that the final payment wasn't always what they were owed. It was always for some reason lower. And I said, well, is it credit cards? And they said, we don't know. Maybe it's the taxes. They don't pay it. So they just got a little angry that it was always incorrect from what their records showed. So that, that. Plus she says, Andy, it takes them an hour and a half for them to even get here and take the delivery and all. And I said, well, I'm not telling you to cancel them, But if you're happy with our service, then just stick with our service. Now, funny thing is, a lot of these companies, Grubhub, DoorDash, whatever, they will actually have you sign a contract. Bracken's Burgers, for instance, they'll say, "Oh, so you want to sign up? Absolutely. By the way, you cannot sign up with anybody else.
Forget about it."
Another thing they'll do is they'll go, "We're going to charge you 30%, but we'll lower it to 20, 25%, but you can't go with another company." So I come in and I go, "Hey, listen, I'm charging 15%, and that's not even your fee." So a lot of these businesses go, "Oh, absolutely." You know, they want to sign up. Problem is, they look at their other contracts and they go, "Oh, crap, we can't sign up with these other companies. We have to get rid of company A first." And when you want to get rid of company A, they usually have a termination clause. Of course. It's me. It's basically, it's a no contract. It's paperwork, but it's no contract. Meaning, I'm going to say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to offer you this service." The paperwork just says that, this is what I'm offering you. In return, whatever, you just cook the food or whatever it is, and we will take care of it. Once you're unhappy, if you're unhappy, we will be out of your hair.
Well, you seem like a reasonable businessman. So if Bracken's Burgers is unhappy with something, we just need to talk it out, figure out a solution.
Yeah, we can always. Yeah.
Otherwise, if it's an impasse and the owner of Bracken's Burgers is just moody this week, then if you want to cancel, bro. It's okay.
Yeah, there's a business actually that was in town. I don't want to say their name, but so we signed them up, and then the employees got a little angry because there was so much more business coming in. There was, anywhere from $600 to $1,000 extra, and they were pissed off because they said, we're working all this, and we're not making any extra. And I said, "Listen, I'm sorry, I don't know why you're getting angry at me. Talk to your owner."
Wow.
Talk to the owner.
So Danaico boosted sales so much that it made the cooking staff disgruntled.
Yes. So on purpose, they took an hour plus to cook our food when our food came in. So that made us look bad.
Right.
It was really bad. So we made the decision to just cut them off.
Right, yeah.
We made the decision to just cut that business off because even if the owner came in and said, "Hey, Andy, no, listen, we want you back." I say, "Listen, I'm sorry, but your employees don't want me." Right. So what do you want me to do for that?
And sometimes the employees definitely have you by the balls on things. That's really annoying. They need a culture shift at whatever restaurant that is. Well, cool. Andy, what have we not talked about when it comes to Danaico? We've covered hiring. We've covered how Bracken's Burgers could get involved. We've covered how it's different. We've covered how delivery services work.
How about this? If anybody out there can build an app, give me a call because that's our number one thing right now. Priority. Is we're trying to build an app. My brother-in-law, he's all about computers. Yeah. I don't know anything about computers. I'm so horrible with computers. But he'll talk about code like as if I understand them. Listen, he'll talk about computers, and I lose him right off the first sentence. But and he's starting something up. He's doing something, but he's a real busy guy too. Right. So if anybody knows how to build an app for a reasonable price, I'm contacting a friend of mine. But again, these people, I just want to get the best price out there because, like I said, I'm not in this to make profit. Right. Well, of course, I want to get a good price.
Well, it also takes multiple versions. You have to iron out the kinks when I've been involved with 2 or 3 different developments of apps. Like I was a user. It takes sometimes a year or so to get it.
That's ridiculous.
Well, there's just little things you don't think about, like how do they do the backspace? Oh, when they do backspace, for some reason the whole cart empties. Like what? Yeah. I already made my pizza order or whatever order it is. Yeah. Yeah. So there's always versions and. Be patient with that, and ask your customers to be patient with it too.
That's when I hand it over to the computer person and say, "Take care of it." So we're actually about to also advertise. We're going to throw out probably 20,000 postcards or not like pamphlets.
Mailers,
yeah, mailers out to the Jefferson County area. So,
well, you got to assume too that the restaurants that want to get involved or are allowed to get involved, whatever, once they know this, they're going to share it with all their buddies. I mean,
and
that's
I hope
the goal.
So.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Hopefully,
like I said,
you need like 10, 15 drivers. I think that's more reasonable.
I honestly, and that's the thing is, and you asked me if I could do this podcast. I said absolutely, because I'm hoping this reaches out to many different places, not just advertising the place, but I hope it reaches out to the businesses. I hope it reaches out to people that didn't even know about it and say, hey, listen, I want to drive for that company. I hope it goes out to the different, the people that didn't hear about it and now know that this is, that we give to charity. If you order from us, that money will go. Obviously, it's going to go towards paying the bills and all that, but the profit is going to go towards charity.
People need to remember that part. That is epic. I just find that to be the best thing ever.
I've been working 7 days a week. I think I pulled 98 hours last week.
It's hardcore.
And the reason why, and by the way, like I said, I have not taken $1 out of Danaico. Mm-hmm. And because I think I already said this a million times, I make my money at Andy's Pizza.
Sure.
So I don't have to make, the Danaico is basically to help out other businesses. Because if we, I was telling you earlier, the only way that I can be successful and you can be successful is if everyone is successful.
I totally subscribe to that also.
If I can't sell my pizza if no one has money. You can't paint a house.
That's right.
If no one has money to pay you. So everyone needs to be successful. If you want to come up to me and you say, hey, Andy, I'm not saying, I don't want to sound cocky, but if you want to say, hey, listen, Andy, how do I open up a business? I will teach you how to open a business. I'll teach you, everything that I know. And of course, go ask the real millionaires out there too. Don't ever ask anybody. I have these people that come up to me sometimes. They go, hey, how about I sit down with you for an hour? I go, oh, for what? I want to teach you how you can make thousands of dollars. I go, well, have you done it? And they go, well, no, I haven't. Well, then you do it yourself. That's why I keep telling people, talk to the millionaires. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, they won't be angry if you say, hey, listen, I want to know, how did you make that money? Because I guarantee you, they will not say, get out of my face, whatever is that. A lot of these people want people to be successful because, if you go to a town that has 200 people population and no business, whatever, that doesn't mean you're going to make money. Because if you look at it, you say 200 people, even if I got every single customer, who knows? You got to go to these places that populated and a lot of people are successful. And if you want to be successful, then you have to also, you want everybody to be successful. Because if people are going to come over to your place, they obviously have to have money to spend. And if they don't have money to spend, then you're wasting your time, especially hoping another place to shut down. I'm hoping the worst on people. I hope he loses his job. I hope that place shuts down. Why?
Right.
What's the point?
Don't just survive. You got to thrive. You got to go after it. Yeah. Instead of just getting by. There came a point in my business where I was counting the money and I was working hard and I had some pretty good guys and I had pretty good volume. But then all of a sudden there was a switch where we had so much volume, it came down to how many good weather days I had, and then realizing there's only 365 days a year, and that's all the time I have per year. I only have that many days. And that became amazing when the company hit that spell, of, wow, if you don't work today, you're just hurting yourself.
That's true.
It's like...
You're right. And, beautiful day outside, you better catch those exterior painting jobs.
No doubt, right? Yeah. So... Well, dude, your idea, this company, when did it open officially?
Oh, geez. February 26th was our opening day.
Nice. So since February 26th, have you you're happy with the amount of restaurants you have, or you want more restaurants?
I'll always take more restaurants, but I'm just so happy that we already have close to 20. In fact, by the end of this week, we're going to be signing up another 2 or 3. I can tell you right now, Mediterranean Cafe has been calling us up. You know who I really want on here is Ortega's.
Well, I want Ortega's too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Yeah,
Natalie has told me for over a year she'd come on my podcast.
Oh, really?
I'm really thank you for telling me you'd come on the podcast and never actually posting. I'm talking some trash, but Ortega's.
Look,
Perfect target.
Natalie does so good with social media and advertising and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying she needs the help by any means, but if I could go in there and say, hey, listen, I'll deliver for you, whatever. I've actually contacted her a couple times, but she's so busy. She's got another place. I think she bought a building. I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's got all kinds of things.
She's going on.
She's constantly busy. But yeah, no, I love Natalie.
Yeah.
If she listens to this podcast, I'm coming after you. You're next. Ortega's is next.
That is good to hear.
Because that food is delicious. It really is.
Yeah. Dude, so many times. I mean, I live a 15-minute walk from Ortega's,
Oh, yeah,
but to be sitting on my couch and to want a burrito to want a taco salad.
You ever try one of those breakfast burritos that they do at the farmer's market?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
filthy. Sometimes I want it brought to me, and I would gladly pay the 15%. And I love the idea that she's not getting ripped off. Also, that's the best.
Yeah, no, I with back on the whole ripping off thing, whatever. If any business feels like they're being ripped off, by all means, contact me. We'll try to figure something out. Maybe there's an error on my side. Who knows? But hey, the reason why I do no contract is because if you feel like I'm ripping you off, throw me out.
Sure. That's the
100%.
That's the best
I've
freaking
always,
way. It's so
I've
good.
always. You ever sign up with let's say Comcast, and they go, hey, sign a 3-year deal and I give you a better price. 3-year deal means in 6 months I'm going to screw you over so bad. And that's I hate contracts. There's the propane company that deals with me. Day one, I said, it's Roach Energy, by the way. And they came in and I said, listen, day one, I said, you guys come in, bring your tank. You guys treat me good. I won't leave. And I said, but I'm not signing this contract. Well, we're bringing our tanks. I said, yeah, and you're going to leave with your tanks just as fast if I see any problems. Well, Andy, you're a little tough to deal with. I said, hey, no. I've been with them for about 2 years. Never had a problem with them. And I think I kind of expressed my, I expressed my loyalty saying, hey, listen, as long as you're good to me, I will be good to you. You'll get your check every month. You'll get paid. And as long as you fill up my tank, we're going to do business together and I love it. But I want you to understand that at any time, if I find out that you tried to slip in something to screw me over, you're done. And I completely agree with that. And if somebody does say, hey, Andy, I noticed you just took $5 out of this for no reason or whatever. What happened? And if I can't, if I'm over here sweating saying,
right.
You know what? Kick me out by all means. Because I would do the same thing to any other company.
Well, I feel like what you've done is the purest version of delivery. The person getting delivery pays for it, and then I would pay a tip on top of the service fee, naturally to the driver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain. Now, of course, tips are always appreciated.
Yes.
But the difference is, for instance, Grubhub, DoorDash, they are tips only. Okay?
What?
Yeah, they're commission, but they make money off of tips. If you don't tip them, then they're expecting a big tip. Me, on the other hand, I'm paying them hourly.
Okay.
I'm paying them hourly, so that's a huge difference. So I want everyone to know that I would never want to take money out of my driver's pockets.
Of course, right.
But the difference is Danaico drivers and Grubhub drivers. Danaico drivers, they do get paid an hourly wage. I do guarantee them that if they don't make a certain amount of money, I will put that money in their pocket.
Naturally, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I do guarantee them a certain amount of money.
Per day, sure.
Per day. Yeah. Per day, per hour, yeah, all that. So I guarantee them that money. So what I'm trying to explain is, you know, when it comes to tips, it's always appreciated. But that's another difference between me and the other guys is that I also pay my employees
with a legitimate pay. Yeah,
a legitimate pay
hourly. Yeah,
yeah, and some of them, I'll say, you know, some of them are walking out $15, $18 an hour, because they're making these fantastic tips and all that, and that's greatly appreciated. But
I like what Andy's saying right now, but I'm going to counter him and say tip your drivers. Tip.
Yeah.
No, I don't care what Andy says right now. If you're not tipping your delivery drivers, you need to check yourself. All right.
You do. You definitely need to tip the driver. Absolutely. But the
compensation. These are well compensated drivers.
There's one thing is that they are compensated. They are given an hourly wage. That's also. I guess it was more of a. Let me express another reason why I'm different from the other companies. Yeah.
Well, I'm no longer a fan of DoorDash or Grubhub, and I want to check out the website. So spell it again for us.
Danaico.com.
Danaico.com. Food delivery service by Andy.
Check us out on Facebook too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where I first saw it.
Yeah, obviously the website, and then pretty soon in your mailboxes if you live in Jefferson County.
Andy, thank you. I appreciate being on.
Man, I appreciate doing this.
All right, cool. I think that you and I could sit and talk business for hours. So I assume there'll be more podcasts down the road, whether it's about hiring or interviewing techniques, or about how you get the word out, or
you
things
call
like
me.
that.
You call me anytime. You know what's really funny is that in the meantime, while we've been talking, I probably got about 20 different text messages and phone calls. My phone's on silent, but that's the life of an entrepreneur. Anybody out there that wants to be an entrepreneur, be ready.
No doubt. That's
ready.
definitely
Get
something
ready
we'll talk
for
about
that.
next time. All right, Andy, thanks a lot.
All right, have a good day.